Hey everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is really about a person that's in my life that has done so much for me. Um, she's one of the most special people I've ever met, and she's such an amazing woman and has set such great examples for me to follow by. And that's my mom. You know, I always give credit to her for everything that I do and everything that I am, because God did so much work through her to get me where I am. Whether it was me remaining a man of faith and going to church all the time and just trusting and believing in him that he had a plan for me. Also the kind heart that she has, to be able to maintain that kind heart in life in a world where not everybody's kind and there's so many cruel people. To be brave, to not be afraid to take risk, to not be afraid to move on to new and better things, to be smart, to be resilient, to be able to take the hits that life gives you and keep moving forward. As a kid, I remember watching my mom do this, and she has been one of the most resilient people that I've ever been around. I draw my strength through her. I always have. And she has given me such a path in life to follow as far as how to drive for success and how to, build my life, whether it's planning for home ownership and planning for these things that are coming up in my life. I had such a good example on how to do that. Because my mom was such a good person that shared everything that she did, how she was able to buy her home, how she was able to do these things and share these things with me so that I could, do exactly what she was doing, because her goal for me was always for me to be okay and successful. It brings a smile to her face to know that I'm getting married. And I know for a very long time, she was always worried about that and worried about me. So that I didn't fall into the trap of meeting the wrong person and having kids everywhere. And she knew that that was never me. That was never my style. That was never my plan. She knew that I was putting God first and I was trusting in his plan for me. And I was able to meet such an amazing woman that touches my heart every day. And this woman reminds me so much of my mother with her big heart and her kindness. And that's what I love most about her, because it's that kindness that can change the world. If so many people are kind, it's those random acts of kindness that can brighten someone's day. And she's one of those people as well. She reminds me so much of my mom because she has that big heart that will embrace and love everybody. But also, that's what you look for, right? You look for someone who has those qualities that you were raised around. People always ask me, what made me fall in love, and why do I always say this is the first time I've ever done that? And I say because this was the first time in life I was able to walk through life with my eyes wide open. And my mom taught me that. She taught me that, you now have to look to God and ask God to bless you with someone that deserves you. Not so much someone you deserve, but someone that deserves your heart, your kindness, everything that you can give. And when I prayed about that, there she was. So I think my mom just had such a large influence on everything that I do. Especially now, it's at age 65, she's seeing her son, round into the man she's always wanted me to be. Making sure that, faith is first and everything else comes second to that. It's easy to fall into this trap of life and not do things right. I was always taught one of the hardest things in life is to live it in the right way. But you have to do that in order to be successful. She has taught me to always work hard so that I never had to kiss anybody's ass. And I've always maintained that. Whether it was in my career or anything else that I'm doing, I always put so much into it so that I never had to look over my shoulder and wonder what was going on. I'm very thankful that I was able to do those things. As I count down to my wedding and my trip to Slovakia next month, I just I always look back and I look back and rejoice and say, wow, this is just an amazing life that I'm living, and I don't take anything for granted. And I'm thankful with the people that have been supportive and the people that are around me, and how I've been able to distance myself from people that I shouldn't be around me. And that's a big part of life that I was taught as well, how you have to align yourself with the right people and distance yourself from the wrong people, even if it's hard decisions that you have to make. And I embrace that. That change has brought me into the man I am today. It has brought me so far in life once I learned to do that. And these were life lessons from my mom, who has always been a stickler, even as a kid, of who I hung around, who I played basketball with, who I went to school dances with. It was so important to her to align myself around the right people. Because when you don't, your life can take a turn. When you surround yourself around good friends and good family members, your life can really turn for the worse. So I've always tried to do the right thing there. It has certainly paid off. So I'm thankful to have my mom at 65 in my life. She'll be 66 this year, and to still have her kicking strong and to see her smiling and to see her happy, that's a blessing, man. We look forward to such a bright future as a family. So many things. And I'm really excited about that, man. My grandmother also plays such an important role. And I grew up with her as well. I always call her my second mom. And you can see the trend of that kindness my grandmother had through my mother, and that kindness has been passed on to me. And you got to watch that too, because I think sometimes you realize you can't be kind to everybody, but you can't let that change your heart. And so she's just an amazing woman, man. Such an amazing person, such a woman of faith. And that's who I'm marrying, as a woman of faith. So, you try to find someone that reminds you of your roots and where you come from. And I was blessed to meet a person and fall in love with a person that reminds me so much of that kindness and that love that I was able to get from my mom growing up. That unconditional love where my mom was like, hey, you're going to be okay. I raised you the Johnson way. This is what we do. We're strong people. We fall, but we get back up. And that's just that inner thick skin that you're able to take so much in life and look down the road and say, you didn't break me, or this didn't derail me, or I'm strong, or I can keep moving forward. And I'm just thankful that she instilled those values, because I watched her as a kid, work in corrections and do all these different things that she did and take all these hits in life that weren't always fair. But she always got up and dusted herself off, and she smiles, all the time, and says, there's nothing that can break me. God has me. It's a saying that I heard. I remember I was in church one day, and one of the priests said that there are times in life where you're going to feel at your lowest, and times in life where you think things are not fair, and you have to trust that when no one else is there, God has you. And that's something I never forget. I actually got him a gift card one day when he was going to Loyola College to teach, and I remember telling him how much I appreciated those words from him, because I carry those words with me to this day, that God has you. So I'm thankful to God, and thankful to Mom, and thankful to the amazing woman that I'm marrying in a couple of months, because I have an amazing cast around me, and not a day goes by that I'm not thankful. Peace.